Today in Driving Through the Bible, we are going to talk about what it means to find grace or favor in God's eyes. Everybody knows that it's important to read the Bible, but so oftentimes we don't. We don't have the time, we think, to read the Bible with our busy, hectic schedules. And sometimes it's the fact that we don't really get a whole lot out of it, so why waste our time, we think. Well, in Driving Through the Bible, I want to help solve both those issues by taking less than 5 minutes every day, Monday through Friday, just driving through the Bible, making it as practical as we can be. So hop on in with me and let's drive through the Bible. In Genesis chapter 6, verse 8, we see a very simple verse that says, "But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord." And as a result, Noah and his entire family was saved from the wipeout of the world, where everybody but Noah and his family were killed. And the reason why was because Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. So what does it mean to find grace or favor in the eyes of the Lord? You know, we go about trying to please people all the time. We try to please people at work. We try to please our friends. We try to please our family. We try to do things that don't get other people upset with us. Now, the truth of the matter is, God is way above everybody else, and His grace is so powerful that He looks past all the things that we do that would make Him unhappy. Now, I'm not saying He likes everything that we do, because He certainly doesn't, but He's able to look past that, and we can find that grace in His eyes, which is a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing to know that there's nothing that I can do that can keep God from loving me. There's nothing I can do that can make Him love me more. There's nothing I can do that could make Him love me less, because I do have favor in the eyes of the Lord because of my relationship with Jesus Christ. But finding grace in the eyes of the Lord goes deeper than that. And that's when we set ourselves apart from the world. That's what being holy is setting ourselves apart from the world. We don't act like the world. We don't live like the world. We don't do the same things that the world does. We don't have the same attitude as the world does. And the more our actions, the more our attitudes, the more our heart is like God's heart, the more in a deeper way we find favor in the eyes of the Lord. And that's such a blessing when we experience God's grace, not the grace that constantly is forgiving of our sins, but the grace that is going to go above and beyond that into blessing us with incredible spiritual blessings. And my encouragement to all of us is to find that grace in the eyes of the Lord. And we do that, I say simply, there's nothing simple about it, but we do that by simply following His word, following His ways, developing the heart inside of us that becomes every day more and more like the heart of God. And the more we are like the heart of God, the less we are about ourselves, and the less we are making the mistakes, committing the sins, if you will, that our flesh wants to commit. When our heart becomes more like God's, we see things from God's perspective. We see the eternal. We see the present. We see everything closer and closer to God's perspective. Not that we ever will see everything truly from God's perspective. But the more our heart is like God's heart, the more favor, more grace we find in the eyes of the Lord. So thank you for driving with me today and driving through the Bible, and I will see you next time.